The black skies of planet Xylan looked alive with storms. Purple lightning danced across the dark clouds, lighting up mountains that seemed to breathe with fire. The air was heavy, the ground cracked and dry. Every creature on this planet walked with fear in its eyes. For there was one place no one dared to go, the Black Mountain. The aliens said it was cursed, that something old and deadly slept inside its heart. The story begins when a small human spaceship lands near the alien outpost. The door opens with a hiss, and a group of scientists step out, wearing silver suits. Among them walks a tiny girl, Lily, just 10 years old. Her bright eyes shine with wonder as she looks around. She is not like the others. While the adults carry scanners and heavy tools, Lily carries only a small red notebook. She likes to draw things she sees on new planets. The alien commander, tall and blue-skinned, stares at her in disbelief. A human child? He asks the lead scientist. Why bring her here? Xylan is no place for a young one. The scientist replies softly, she is my daughter. She never stays behind. She loves to see new worlds. The commander frowns. This world is different. You must keep her away from the Black Mountain. No one goes near it. Not even us. Lily hears the warning and looks at the mountain in the distance. It rises like a black spike tearing through the sky. Clouds gather around its peak as if afraid to touch it. Why can't we go there? She asks curiously. The alien commander looks down at her. Because that is where the dragon of Xylan sleeps. The last one of his kind. He destroyed 3 cities before he went silent. His breath burns metal. His eyes see through lies. If he wakes again, none of us will survive. The wind howls as he speaks, as if the planet itself is listening. Lily's father places a hand on her shoulder. Lily, promise me you'll stay inside the base. No exploring this time. She nods quietly, but her eyes keep drifting toward the mountain. Something inside her feels strange. A soft hum, like a voice whispering from far away. She doesn't tell anyone. The days pass. The scientists begin their research, collecting strange black stones that seem to pulse with energy. The aliens move carefully, always keeping their weapons close. At night, when the twin moons rise, the outpost becomes silent. Only the sound of wind and distant thunder can be heard. But every night, Lily wakes up to a sound, a deep growl echoing from the mountain. It feels like the sound is calling her name. Lily. She sits up in her bed, her heart beating fast. She walks to the window and sees red sparks glowing faintly on the mountainside. It looks like the mountain is alive. The next morning, Lily tells her father what she heard. It sounded sad, she says, like it was crying. Her father laughs nervously. It's just the wind, sweetheart. Xylan storms make strange noises. But the aliens in the control room exchange worried looks. One of them whispers, the sounds have returned. It's been 1,000 years since the last time. The commander orders more guards near the mountain's direction. No one approaches. If anyone goes missing, we leave immediately. Lily hears that order and feels even more curious. Why are they all so afraid of a sound? She looks again at the Black Mountain from the window, and this time, she feels warmth inside her chest, like something familiar is waiting for her there. One evening, a storm hits the base. Heavy winds shake the walls. The scientists shut down the main lights, and the aliens hide in their quarters. But Lily cannot sleep. The voice from the mountain grows louder. She hears it inside her mind now. Don't be afraid, come to me. She stands by the door, looking at her sleeping father. Just a quick look, she whispers. She puts on her small jacket, takes her flashlight, and steps out into the storm. The night air is cold and sharp. Dust and sparks fly across the ground. The mountain glows faintly in the distance, like fire trapped under stone. Every step Lily takes feels heavier. The closer she gets, the louder the heartbeat-like sound becomes. Thump, 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 as if the mountain itself is alive. She climbs up a rocky path, her boots slipping on the wet stones. She sees marks on the rocks, claw marks, huge and deep. Some of them still smoke. The air smells of burnt metal. But still, she keeps going. Back at the base, the alien commander notices something on the radar. Movement near the Black Mountain. He says, too small to be an adult. Check the human quarters. They find Lily's room empty. The commander curses. She's going there. The fool child is going to wake him. The aliens prepare a rescue team, but the storm is too strong. Their ships can't fly through the lightning. They can only watch her signal move closer to the forbidden zone. Lily finally reaches the base of the mountain. A large cave opens before her, its mouth glowing with faint red light. She feels fear for the first time, but something stronger pushes her forward, curiosity, and a strange sense of peace. She enters the cave. The air inside is warm and smells like smoke. The walls are covered with glowing symbols, drawings of dragons and humans standing together. She runs her fingers across them. So beautiful, she whispers. The ground trembles beneath her feet. Dust falls from the ceiling. The heartbeat sound grows louder and louder until it feels like the whole cave is breathing. She walks deeper and sees something massive ahead. A giant shape covered in black scales, lying still like a mountain of stone. Two enormous horns rise from its head, and its tail curls around piles of old bones. Lily stops, her flashlight shaking in her hand. "You're real," she whispers. "The dragon of Xylan." For a long moment, nothing happens. Then, a puff of smoke escapes from its nostrils. The air becomes hot. Lily's heart races. She steps closer. "Can you hear me?" she says softly. "I won't hurt you." The cave rumbles again. One of the dragon's claws twitches. Then another. The stones crack as the massive creature slowly lifts its head. The dragon's face rises into the light scars running across its snout, teeth sharp as knives. Its breathing is deep and heavy, echoing like thunder. Then, the dragon's eyes open. Two giant red orbs glow in the dark, burning like molten lava. Lily freezes. The air feels heavy. The dragon stares at her, right into her soul. For a second, she feels no fear, only sadness, as if he has been waiting for her for a very long time. The ground shakes violently. Outside, the aliens see a column of fire burst from the mountain's top. "The dragon is awake," someone shouts. Inside the cave, Lily stands alone before the enormous creature. Her flashlight flickers and dies. Only the red glow of the dragon's eyes remains. The dragon opens his mouth, and a low growl fills the air, not of anger, but pain. The sound makes the walls tremble. Lily whispers, "It's okay. I'm not afraid." The dragon lowers his head, his eye level with the small human child. The red glow reflects in her eyes as she takes a tiny step forward. The entire mountain shakes again. Rocks fall. The air burns with heat. And then, the screen fades to black. A single glowing red eye fills the darkness. For a long moment, nothing moved inside the dark cave. Only the slow sound of breathing filled the air, deep, heavy, ancient. Dust floated through the red glow that came from the dragon's eyes. Lily stood frozen, her heart pounding like a drum inside her chest. The dragon's gaze locked on her, and it felt like time itself had stopped. The dragon blinked once, a slow, thunderous sound, and smoke drifted from his nostrils. The smell was strong, like burning metal and old storms. Lily raised her small flashlight again, but the light trembled in her hand. Her voice was quiet but steady. Are you hurt?" The great creature didn't answer. His chest rose and fell with each breath, shaking the ground under her feet. Then a voice, deep, echoing, and powerful, rumbled through the cave, but it wasn't quite speech. It was more like a sound that touched her mind rather than her ears. "Who wakes me from my sleep?" Lily's knees shook. She had never heard a voice like that before. It was not angry, more confused, more lonely. Outside the cave, the alien outpost was in chaos. Sirens screamed, red lights flashed, and soldiers rushed to their stations. The commander shouted orders. "The mountain is alive. All units, prepare weapons. Keep your distance." From the control tower, a blinding beam of light showed the top of the black mountain splitting open. Smoke and fire burst from its cracks, painting the sky in orange and red. The air trembled as if the planet itself was afraid. Inside the cave, Lily didn't move. The dragon slowly lifted his massive head, revealing rows of glowing scars along his neck. His wings, covered in black and silver scales, stretched slightly, making the cave walls shake. Lily whispered, "I didn't mean to wake you." I just wanted to see if you were real. The dragon stared at her. This small, fragile creature who should have been terrified. Yet she wasn't running. She wasn't screaming. She was just there. The dragon's voice thundered again. Human child? Impossible. There are no humans on Xylan. Lily frowned slightly. My name is Lily. I came with my father and his team. We didn't mean to bother you. The dragon lowered his head, his massive golden horns scraping against the cave wall. His eyes narrowed, not in anger, but in disbelief. Lily, he repeated slowly, tasting the name like it was something familiar. He could feel something, a strange warmth inside his ancient heart. It had been centuries since he felt such a thing. Outside, alien soldiers gathered near the base of the mountain. Their scanners went wild. Energy surge increasing. The dragon's awakening is creating massive power waves. The commander shouted, "We can't let it fly again. Charge the plasma cannons." But one soldier hesitated. "Sir, the human child's signal. She's inside the mountain." The commander froze. "Then she's already dead." "No, sir," another soldier said. "Her signal's still moving." The commander clenched his fists. "If she wakes that beast, she'll doom us all." He turned to his men. "Target the cave entrance. Prepare to fire." Back inside, Lily took another small step forward. "You don't have to be afraid," she said softly. "I think you're just lonely." The dragon let out a sound that was half laugh, half growl. "Afraid?" His deep voice rolled through the air. "You do not know who I am, child. The galaxies burned because of me. Armies fell. Worlds turned to ash. But you're still here," Lily said. "If you wanted to destroy everything, you would have done it already." For a moment, the dragon said nothing. Then, his massive eye blinked again. "You speak without fear. Why?" Lily smiled faintly. "Because I don't think monsters have eyes that sad." The dragon froze. No one, not even the greatest warriors of the galaxy, had ever looked at him that way. They all screamed. They all ran. They all fired weapons. But this child, she only saw sadness. He lowered his head closer to her, until his eye was as large as her whole body. The heat from his breath made her hair wave, but she didn't step back. "Maybe," she whispered, "you're just tired of being alone." The dragon's breath slowed. "Perhaps," he said softly. Suddenly, a blinding beam of light shot into the cave entrance. A plasma cannon had fired. The explosion shook the mountain. Rocks fell from the ceiling. Lily screamed and ducked as dust filled the air. The dragon roared, a sound so powerful it shattered stone. Flames burst from his mouth, blocking the cave entrance. Outside, alien soldiers stumbled back as waves of fire poured out of the mountain. "It's awake!" someone shouted. "The dragon of Xylan is awake!" The commander yelled, "Retreat! Retreat now!" The skies turned red. Lightning cracked through the clouds. The ground trembled with each movement of the dragon's body. Inside, Lily covered her head. "Stop! Don't hurt them!" she cried. The dragon's eyes glowed brighter. "They attacked first. They fear what they do not understand. But if you fight, more will die," Lily said. "You're strong. You don't need to hurt them." The dragon's flames died down slightly. Smoke curled from his nostrils. He looked at her again. Really looked. "You are not like them." Lily shook her head. "No, I just want to understand." The dragon leaned down until his massive snout was inches from her face. His scales glimmered like black glass, his breath warm and alive. "You are brave, little one," he said quietly. "And foolish." He tilted his head slightly. "What are you doing here, so far from home?" "My father's a scientist," Lily replied. "He wanted to study this planet, but I wanted to meet you." The dragon let out a slow, rumbling sound. "Meet me? You wish to meet death?" Lily smiled softly. "I don't think you're death. I think you're just lost." Something inside the dragon stirred. An old memory, faint but familiar. He remembered another human, a woman with the same eyes, standing beside him long ago, before everything burned. He whispered to himself, "So the bloodline still lives." Outside, the aliens prepared for a second strike. "Ready plasma charge 2." The commander's voice boomed over the speakers. Fire when ready. Another explosion shook the air. This time, the blast struck near the dragon's wing. He roared in pain, the sound echoing across the valley. Lily ran to him. "No! Stop!" she screamed, spreading her arms wide in front of his face. "Don't fight them. Please." The dragon looked down at the tiny human standing between him and the enemy. His mind screamed to destroy, to burn, but her voice reached through the fire. He saw her tears shining in the glow of his flames. For the first time in centuries, the dragon of Xylan hesitated. The aliens on their monitors gasped as the energy readings suddenly dropped. "What's happening?" one shouted. It's calming down." The commander frowned. "That's impossible." Inside the cave, the dragon took a deep breath, lowering his wings. Lily slowly walked toward him, trembling but determined. Her small hand reached out and touched the edge of his snout. The scales were hot but smooth. "It's okay," she whispered. "You don't have to be a monster." The dragon's eyes softened, the fire inside them flickering down. Smoke curled gently from his nose as he leaned closer. And then, Lily did something no living being in the galaxy had ever done. She rose on her toes and kissed the dragon's nose. The world went silent. Outside, every machine stopped. The lightning in the sky froze for a heartbeat. The dragon's eyes changed, from deep red to bright, glowing blue. The fire vanished. The mountains stopped shaking. Lily stepped back slowly. "See? You're not alone anymore." The dragon stared at her, confused, as if he had just awakened from a long dream. His voice was softer now, full of wonder. "Daughter?" he whispered. Lily blinked. "What did you say?" But before he could answer, a massive explosion roared outside. The aliens had fired again, and the entire cave began to collapse. The dragon roared, spreading his wings to shield the child from falling rocks. The scene fades to chaos, fire, dust, and darkness. As the cave crumbles, the dragon's glowing blue eyes burn through the dust, and his voice thunders across the planet. "No one will touch her." The sky glowed red, lightning cracked like the roar of angry gods, and smoke rose from the broken mountain. From far away, the alien base shook as alarms screamed through every hall. Inside the cave, the dragon of Xylan, mighty and ancient, spread his huge wings, blocking the falling stones. His scales glimmered like black glass in the firelight. Under his wings, the small human girl, Lily, was curled up, shaking. Her hands were over her head as the rocks crashed around them. The dragon lowered his body, forming a shield around her. Outside, alien soldiers tried to see through the smoke. One shouted, "We hit the mountain. Did we get the beast?" Another soldier stared at his scanner. "No, sir. It's still alive. The heat levels are climbing again." Inside the cave, the dragon's breathing was heavy and uneven. Each exhale was a gust of wind so strong it sent dust flying. His blue eyes burned brighter through the smoke, glowing like stars in a storm. Lily slowly lifted her head. Are you hurt?" she asked softly. The dragon turned his head slightly, looking at her with eyes full of light and confusion. "You should not care for me, child," his deep voice echoed in her mind. "Your people will come to kill me." Lily shook her head. "No, I don't want them to hurt you. You protected me." Her small hand trembled as she touched his scales again. They were warm, like the surface of a sun, but she didn't pull away. The dragon studied her. This little human who wasn't afraid, even as fire burned around them. There was something strange about her. Something ancient. Something familiar. "Why did you touch me?" he asked, his voice softer now. "Because you looked sad," Lily said. "And I thought maybe you needed someone to show you that you're not alone." The dragon blinked, his chest rumbling. "Sad? I am destruction itself. I have burned planets. I am the end of armies. But not right now," Lily said quietly. "Right now, you're just talking to me." The dragon tilted his great head, puzzled. The courage in her voice, the calmness in her eyes, it reminded him of something, someone, long lost in time. He whispered to himself, so much like her. "The one who first called me friend." Then came a flash, a vision in his ancient mind. A woman standing beside a dragon, her hand on his snout, long ago before the stars had warred. She had the same gentle eyes as Lily. He remembered the warmth of that moment, the promise he had made to protect her kind. And then he remembered fire, betrayal, pain, the day the aliens captured him and cursed his soul. The vision faded, leaving only silence. Outside the mountain, the alien commander stood with his officers. The storm screamed around them as red lightning lit up their armor. "Prepare another plasma strike," he ordered. "This time we end it. If the dragon rises again, Xylan will fall." "But sir," said one soldier, "the human child is still inside." The commander's face hardened. She made her choice. The safety of the galaxy comes first. The soldiers hesitated. "Yes, sir." They aimed the cannons again. Giant blue lights glowed across the base. The mountainside began to tremble from the energy charging beneath it. Inside, Lily looked up at the trembling cave ceiling. "They're going to shoot again," she cried. The dragon's claws dug into the stone. "Then we will not stay here." With one great movement, he rose to his full height. Rocks and dust exploded into the air. Lily held tightly to his neck as his wings opened wide, each wing larger than a house, glowing with fire at the edges. The dragon's voice thundered through the mountain. "Hold on, little one." A second later, he launched himself upward. The cave ceiling shattered as his massive body broke through the rock. Fire and smoke followed him into the sky. The alien base shook as a wall of flames roared over them. "It's out! It's in the air!" soldiers shouted. The dragon rose higher and higher, breaking through the storm clouds, his wings leaving trails of fire in the dark sky. Lily held on tightly, the wind screaming in her ears. Below her, the whole planet looked alive. Rivers of fire, cities of metal, and mountains glowing like embers. She gasped in wonder. "It's so beautiful from up here." The dragon's voice was deep and calm now. "You see beauty in everything, even in a world of ashes. That's because everything can change," she said, smiling through the wind. "Even something scary can be beautiful if someone believes in it." The dragon glanced at her, his glowing eyes softening. "Your heart is strange, human child. You speak like the first ones, the ones who love dragons." Lily frowned. "There were others like me?" "Long ago," the dragon said, "before the war between stars. There were humans who shared their hearts with dragons. Together, they brought peace to worlds. But fear ended it all." He looked down at the alien base below, now glowing with blue light as cannons charged again. "And fear still rules." Lily turned her head. "They're going to fire again." "Let them try," the dragon growled. Blue beams of energy shot up toward them, cutting through the sky. The dragon spun in the air, avoiding one blast, but another grazed his wing. He roared in pain. Smoke trailed behind him as he began to fall. "Hold on," Lily cried, gripping his neck. They crashed through the clouds, heading toward the mountains below. The dragon hit the side of a cliff, sending a wave of dust and fire through the valley. He groaned, his wing bleeding molten light. Lily climbed down quickly, tears in her eyes. "You're hurt. Please, stop moving." The dragon lowered his head, his breath uneven. "It will heal, in time." She placed her small hands on the glowing wound. "You saved me again," she whispered. "You didn't have to." The dragon looked at her, so small, so weak, and yet, somehow, her touch made the pain fade. The energy in his wound began to dim, replaced by a calm warmth spreading through his body. "What are you, little one?" Lily smiled faintly. "Just a girl who doesn't like to see anyone alone." The dragon exhaled slowly. The clouds parted above them, and moonlight poured down, silver and soft. He leaned closer until his giant snout rested near her. For a moment, there was peace. The wind, the fire, the storm, all silent. Then, quietly, Lily kissed his nose again. A blue light burst between them, brighter than lightning. The dragon's eyes glowed, and strange ancient symbols appeared along his scales. "The bond," he whispered. "It's returning." Lily stepped back. "What bond?" "The heart bond. The link between dragon and human. It was lost long ago, until now." He looked at her, and for the first time, the great dragon of Xylan smiled. Far away, inside the alien base, scanners went wild. Energy readings off the charts, shouted a soldier. The dragon's power. It's changing. The commander leaned over the screen. What do you mean changing? It's stabilizing, sir. The fire is gone. The readings are peaceful. The commander frowned. Impossible. Dragons don't calm down. Not ever. He stared at the display, two energy signatures intertwined as one. A small human's and a dragon's. He whispered in shock. What has that child done? Back in the valley, the dragon lowered his head again. They will come for you now, he said. They will not understand what you have done. Lily looked up at him, her face brave but uncertain. Then we'll make them understand. The dragon's blue eyes shimmered with light. You speak like a queen, he said softly. Perhaps you were born to change the stars. Lily smiled. Maybe, but I'll need your help. The dragon's wings opened again, glowing with blue fire that danced in the dark. Then I will fly for you, Lily of Earth. As the two of them rose together into the storm, lightning flashed behind them, no longer red, but bright blue. And for the first time in 1,000 years, the dragon of Xylan flew not with rage, but with hope. Far above them, in the shadow of a massive alien warship, a cold voice speaks through the radio. Prepare the hunter fleet. The girl and the dragon must be captured alive. The screen fades to black. The morning after the storm was strangely quiet. The fires across planet Xylan had gone out, leaving trails of smoke curling into the pale orange sky. The once burning mountains now glowed faintly, as if the planet itself was tired. The dragon of Xylan, Zarthan, stood on a high cliff with his wings folded close, watching the horizon. His eyes, now bright blue instead of red, glowed softly in the sunlight. Beside him, on a smooth rock, sat Lily, her small hands wrapped around her knees. She looked at the alien world below. Black deserts, broken towers, and endless silence. Her hair was tangled from the wind, and her clothes were dusty, but her eyes still shone with wonder. Are they still chasing us? She asked quietly. Zarthan's deep voice rumbled through the air. Yes, the aliens do not forgive easily. They fear what they cannot control. Lily frowned. But they saw what I did. I didn't hurt anyone. The dragon lowered his massive head near her. Fear does not see truth, little one. It only sees danger. Lily looked down. They think you're danger. Zarthan's eyes glimmered. They are not wrong. Once, I was. She tilted her head. You don't look dangerous to me now. A small puff of smoke came from his nostrils, his version of a sigh. That is because you changed me. The moment you touched me, something old inside me awakened. Something I thought was lost forever. Lily blinked. You mean, the blue light? The dragon nodded slowly. Yes, the heart bond. Long ago, humans and dragons were one in spirit. Together, we brought peace to many worlds. The humans had courage, and the dragons had power. When they joined hearts, they became unstoppable, protectors of life across the galaxy. He looked up at the sky, his voice deep and distant. But then came the alien empires. They feared our bond. They said humans were weak and dragons were beasts. They broke our unity with lies and war. And in the end, they hunted us. Lily listened quietly, her eyes wide. They hunted dragons? Yes, Zarthan said. They killed most of us. I fought until my wings burned. The last time I flew freely. The stars were red with fire. There was a long pause. The wind whistled softly through the rocks. Lily whispered, That's so sad. It is the price of fear, Zarthan said. But when you kissed my nose, the bond returned. It means the ancient link still lives in your blood. In my blood? She repeated. Yes, you are not just any human, Lily of Earth. You are a descendant of the heart-bonded, the humans who once shared their souls with dragons. It is a gift and a curse. Lily blinked in surprise. But I'm just a girl. I can't even tie my shoes right sometimes. Zarthan chuckled. A deep sound like thunder. Even the smallest light can wake a sleeping storm. Meanwhile, far above the planet, an enormous alien ship floated silently among the clouds. Its metal body was shaped like a black crescent, glowing with blue energy veins. Inside the control chamber, a tall alien with silver skin and red eyes stood watching the holographic image of Zarthan and Lily. This is impossible, he hissed. The dragon's power readings are merging with the human child's signal. Another alien, a scientist with glass-like eyes, replied, "The data is clear, General. The heart bond we believed to be a myth. It's real. The human girl activated it." The general's red eyes narrowed. "Then she is the key. If we capture her, we can control the dragons that still sleep across the galaxy." The scientist looked uneasy. "But if we harm her, the bond might break." The general smiled coldly. "Then we will not harm her, until we no longer need her." He turned to his officers. "Prepare the hunter fleet. Bring me the girl and the dragon. Alive." Back on Xylan, Lily was drawing in her little red notebook again. She had drawn the dragon's face, his wings, and the glowing symbols she saw when she kissed him. The symbols looked like stars connected by lines. "What do these mean?" she asked, showing him the drawing. Zarthan looked at it closely. "Those are the marks of the first bond. When human and dragon hearts connect, the universe itself listens. The symbols show the strength of your spirit. They are older than time itself." Lily smiled proudly. "So, we're a team now?" The dragon's eye glowed. "Yes, but with this bond, others will come. They will try to take it from us." "Let them try," Lily said bravely. "I'm not afraid." Zarthan smiled faintly. "You sound like the first queen of dragons." "Queen?" Lily asked with a grin. "I like that." The dragon's voice became serious again. "We must leave this place, Lily. Others will soon arrive. I can feel their ships moving above the clouds." Lily stood up. "Then where do we go?" Zarthan spread his massive wings. "To the crystal canyons. There, I can heal, and you can learn the truth about what you are." Hours later, the dragon soared across the sky, cutting through the clouds like a black comet. Lightning flashed behind him, and the wind roared in his wake. Lily sat between his wings, holding tightly as they passed over burning forests and rivers of fire. "This planet is so empty," she said softly. Zarthan's voice echoed in her mind. "It was once full of life. My kind protected it, but the aliens drained its core for energy. Now it's dying." Lily looked down, her eyes sad. "Maybe we can fix it someday." The dragon didn't answer. He was too old to believe in someday. But when he looked at her, small and brave, something inside him almost wanted to. They reached the crystal canyons by nightfall. The ground sparkled under the stars, giant crystals growing out of the earth like glass trees, glowing blue and silver. The air was calm here, almost sacred. Lily gasped. "It's so pretty." Zarthan lowered his head beside her. "This is where the first bonds were made. The air still remembers." He placed one of his claws on the glowing ground, and a wave of blue light spread outward. The crystals began to hum softly. Lily felt a warmth rise in her chest, the same light glowing faintly from her hands. "What's happening?" she whispered. "The bond is strengthening," Zarthan said. "The more you trust, the more we become one. But be careful. If fear enters your heart, the bond will break." Lily nodded, her eyes wide. "I trust you." The dragon bowed his head. "Then I will trust you too." For a moment, the place was filled with peace. The hum of crystals, the soft wind, and the glow of two souls joined by fate. Far above, the alien fleet began its descent. Dozens of dark ships cut through the clouds like knives, their lights glowing red. Inside the command ship, the silver-skinned general smiled coldly. "Target the canyon. Deploy nets and stasis fields. I want the girl and the dragon alive." His second-in-command hesitated. "Sir, if the heart bond is real, it could make them powerful beyond measure." The general's grin widened. "Exactly. That power will belong to us." Down in the canyon, Zarthan suddenly looked up. His eyes darkened. "They are here." Lily stood quickly. "Who?" "The ones who hunt the bond," he said. "Get on my back. Now." Lily scrambled onto his neck just as red lights appeared in the sky. The first alien ships broke through the clouds, surrounding the canyon. Beams of energy cut through the crystal towers, turning them to dust. The dragon roared, his wings bursting with blue fire. The shockwave shattered nearby rocks. "They found us," Lily shouted. Zarthan's voice thundered. "Let them come. This time, I will not run." He spread his wings, and the canyon lit up like a storm of stars. Energy rippled across his scales, glowing brighter with Lily's heartbeat. The alien ships circled closer, firing nets of energy. One wrapped around Zarthan's wing, dragging him down. "Zarthan!" Lily screamed. The dragon roared, flames bursting from his mouth. The nets melted, the air shaking with his fury. But there were too many ships. 20, maybe more, all firing together. "Lily!" the dragon shouted. "Hold on!" The ground exploded beneath them as beams hit the canyon. Dust filled the air. Lily gripped his neck tightly, her heart pounding. Through the smoke, a dark shadow appeared. A massive alien ship descending from the sky, larger than all the rest. Inside, the Silver General smiled as he watched the hologram. "At last," he said softly, "the heart bond is ours." The night sky of Planet Xylan burned like fire. Dozens of alien ships hovered above the shattered canyon, their engines roaring like thunder. The air was thick with smoke and falling crystal dust. Zarthan's massive wings beat against the storm as he tried to rise, his scales glowing blue with fury and pain. Every beat of his wings sent shockwaves through the ground. On his back, Lily clung tightly to the dragon's neck, her small body shaking. The wind was cold and filled with the sound of explosions. Beams of red light shot past her, burning holes in the cliffs. "Zarthan, they're everywhere," she shouted. The dragon's voice rumbled deep and powerful. "Hold on, Lily. I will take us to the stars." He spread his wings wide and roared. A storm of blue energy burst from his chest, throwing the nearest ships backward like paper. The sky split open as Zarthan launched upward, faster than lightning. The alien soldiers fired after him, their lasers cutting through the clouds. But Zarthan twisted and dove through them with impossible speed. His wings glowed brighter than ever before, leaving trails of blue fire in the night sky. Inside the alien command ship, the silver-skinned General Koran watched the chase with cold eyes. "Increase pursuit speed," he ordered. "That dragon cannot escape the hunter fleet." "Sir," the officer replied nervously, "our scanners show the dragon's power rising rapidly. He's breaking through the upper atmosphere." Koran smirked. "Let him. Space is where we will end him." As Zarthan burst through the clouds, the stars opened above them, endless, black, and silent. Planet Xylan shrank behind them, glowing faintly red. Lily gasped as she saw space for the first time without a ship. The stars shimmered all around, and the moonlight reflected off Zarthan's scales like liquid silver. "It's beautiful," she whispered. The dragon's deep voice echoed in her mind. "This is freedom, but it will not last long. The hunters are close behind." Lily looked back. A line of red lights followed them, the alien ships, like angry wasps, cutting through space. "What do we do?" she asked. "We fly," Zarthan said simply. "And we survive." His wings ignited again, pushing him faster through the black sky. Stars blurred around them, but the alien ships were not giving up. They fired plasma bursts, each explosion lighting the void. Zarthan turned sharply, spinning and diving to avoid them. Lily held on, her heart racing. The air around them shimmered with heat and sparks. One of the blasts grazed Zarthan's side, and he roared in pain, his scales burning. "Zarthan!" Lily cried. "You're hurt." "It is nothing," he growled. "I've survived worse." But Lily could feel his pain through the bond. It burned in her chest like fire. She pressed her hand to his scales, tears streaming down her face. "Please don't stop. We can make it." Her words filled his mind like a soft light, calming the rage and pain. His wings steadied. The blue glow around them grew stronger, brighter, until it formed a shield of energy that deflected the alien fire. The aliens watching from their ships were stunned. Their energy output just tripled. One pilot shouted. "They're creating some kind of barrier." Inside his command ship, General Koran slammed his clawed hand on the console. "No more games. Prepare the void cannons. I want that dragon shot down now." Far away, in the darkness beyond the nearest moon, Zarthan and Lily landed on a floating asteroid. The surface was covered in strange silver dust that sparkled under the starlight. Zarthan's wings folded, smoke rising from his wounds. Lily climbed down, breathing heavily. Her cheeks were streaked with tears and dust. We're safe, right? Zarthan's eyes dimmed. For now. But they will find us soon. Lily walked closer, resting her small hand on his nose. You're hurt. I can help. The dragon's voice softened. Your heart helps more than you know. She closed her eyes and focused. The blue glow returned, spreading from her hand into his scales. Slowly, the burns on his wings began to fade. The energy pulsed between them like two hearts beating as one. Zarthan looked at her in awe. You are learning quickly. Lily smiled tiredly. Maybe it's because I have the best teacher. For a moment, there was peace, only the sound of soft wind and stars humming in silence. But then, the ground beneath them began to tremble. Zarthan lifted his head. Something is wrong. The silver dust started to swirl, rising into the air like a storm. Cracks spread across the asteroid's surface. From deep below, a low, rumbling sound echoed, something ancient, alive. Zarthan, Lily whispered. What's happening? Not all dragons were destroyed, he said quietly. Some were trapped, sleeping beneath worlds, waiting for the bond to awaken them. The ground exploded. A massive shape burst out from the asteroid. Another dragon, larger and darker than Zarthan, with scales as black as night and eyes glowing red like fire. He roared so loudly that the stars seemed to shake. Lily fell backward in shock. Another dragon? Zarthan spread his wings, standing protectively in front of her. Stay behind me. That one does not know peace. The black dragon's voice was thunder. You, Zarthan, you bring the heart bond back? You wake the curse again? Zarthan's tone was calm but firm. I bring hope, not war. Hope? The dark dragon spat. You were their weapon once, as was I. Look what your bond brought us. Death, chains, silence. Lily looked between them, confused. He's angry, but why? Zarthan's eyes narrowed. He remembers only pain. The aliens used him, twisted his power until he became a beast of rage. The dark dragon's wings flared. And I will not let it happen again. He lunged forward, claws slashing through the air. Zarthan blocked him, their bodies colliding like meteors. Sparks and fire filled the sky. Lily screamed as the two dragons battled, their roars shaking the asteroid apart. Zarthan pushed the black dragon back, but he was weaker from his injuries. The dark one pinned him against a rock, growling. You should have stayed dead, old friend. Lily ran forward without thinking. Stop! Please, stop! She shouted. The dark dragon turned his burning eyes toward her. A human child? He laughed, a deep, cruel sound. You think love can tame what hate has made? Zarthan's voice thundered. Touch her, and I will burn the stars themselves. But before he could strike again, a blast of red light hit the dark dragon's side. The alien fleet had found them. The ships swarmed above, weapons firing from every direction. The dark dragon roared in fury, his wings catching fire. Zarthan used the moment to break free. Zarthan, we have to go. Lily cried. No, Zarthan shouted. He is one of us. I cannot leave him here. Lily looked up, tears in her eyes. Then let me help. She held out her hands, glowing blue. The light spread across the asteroid, reaching the dark dragon's body. For a brief moment, his red eyes flickered, turning purple, then blue. He looked at Lily, truly looked, and his growling stopped. Your heart feels like the old days, he said softly. But before anything more could happen, a massive red beam shot from the alien mothership, straight toward them. Zarthan roared, wrapping his wings around Lily. The explosion lit up the stars. When the smoke cleared, the asteroid was shattered. The black dragon was gone. Zarthan and Lily floated among the debris, surrounded by the alien fleet. Lily coughed weakly. Zarthan, what do we do now? His eyes burned bright blue. We do what your kind always did, little one. What's that? She asked. We fight for the light. He spread his wings, gathering every last drop of energy from his heart. The bond glowed brighter, connecting them like a star. The aliens opened fire, but this time, the light pushed back. A shockwave burst outward, throwing the fleet into chaos. Alarms blared. General Koran stared at the screens, his eyes wide. What is this power? One of his officers shouted. It's not just the dragon anymore. The human girl's energy is fusing with his. Space burned with light. The alien fleet surrounded the shattered moon where Zarthan and Lily hovered, their bodies glowing with blue energy. Hundreds of ships formed a deadly circle, their weapons locked and charged. The silence before the storm was heavy. Only the slow hum of the heart bond filled the void. Inside the main command ship, General Koran stood before the screen, his silver face reflecting the glow of battle. "They are merging," he said quietly. "The dragon and the human are becoming one." His second officer's voice trembled. "Sir, the power readings are beyond any record. If we attack now, we might." "Fire anyway," Koran interrupted coldly. "End it before it ends us." The first blast came without warning. Red beams tore through the sky, crashing against Zarthan's wings. The light was blinding. Lily screamed, but Zarthan held firm, his voice echoing in her mind. "Do not fear, Lily. I am with you." The bond flared, brighter and stronger than ever before. Her small hands pressed against his scales, and the energy spread from her heart into his. The glow covered them both like armor made of pure light. "Please," Lily whispered through tears. "Don't let them destroy everything." Zarthan's deep voice rumbled. "Then let us show them what love truly is." With a roar that shook the stars, Zarthan opened his wings wide. Blue fire erupted, colliding with the alien energy beams. The explosion lit up half the galaxy, a storm of blue and red colliding in space. The alien ships were thrown back, their shields cracking under the force. But still they came, wave after wave, driven by fear. General Koran's voice echoed through his fleet. "They are only two. Remember that. Fire again. All ships, attack." The sky turned red once more. Zarthan spun through the oncoming fire, his massive wings cutting through debris and flames. Every movement was graceful yet furious, like a storm given life. Lily held tight, her eyes glowing the same blue as his scales. She could feel his strength, his memories, his pain, and his love for her. He had lived for centuries in loneliness. But now, for the first time, he wasn't alone. One beam hit his side, breaking through the light. He roared in pain. Lily screamed his name. "No, Zarthan. Stay with me, little one. Do not let the fear take you," he whispered. Lily's tears floated in the air, glowing blue. "I'm not afraid. I promise." Her courage lit the bond again. Stronger, brighter. The blue fire surged outward, forming a massive wave that tore through the alien fleet. Ships exploded one by one, their fragments shining like falling stars. But Koran's flagship still stood. He looked at the destruction, his eyes filled with fury. "So be it," he growled. "Activate the Eclipse cannon." The ship's core began to spin, drawing in dark energy from nearby stars. A red sphere of light grew larger and larger, until it burned brighter than the sun. Inside the flagship, alarms blared. "Sir, the cannon will destroy everything within 10 sectors. Koran smiled cruelly. "Then everything dies. The girl, the dragon, and this cursed bond." Zarthan saw the weapon charging. "He means to destroy the galaxy itself," he said grimly. Lily looked up at him, her small hands trembling. "Then we stop him. Together." Zarthan turned his glowing eyes toward her. "If we do this, there is no going back. The bond will consume us both." Lily shook her head. "Then let it. You're my friend, Zarthan. I won't let them win." He looked at her, so small, so fragile, yet braver than any warrior he had ever known. In that moment, he felt something he hadn't felt in 1,000 years. Peace. "Then together we fly," he said softly. The Eclipse cannon fired. A beam of pure red death shot across space, faster than light, burning everything in its path. Zarthan roared and flew straight toward it, wings glowing like twin suns. Lily's voice echoed in the void, soft but powerful. "You can't kill love." The blue and red lights collided. For a heartbeat, the universe went silent. Then, explosion. A shockwave spread across the stars, bright enough to be seen from 1,000 worlds. The alien ships were tossed away like leaves in a storm. Koran's flagship cracked apart, its engines melting from the heat. Inside the explosion's heart, Lily and Zarthan were no longer two separate beings. They were one, a massive shape of light and energy, dragon and human fused into something beyond life and death. The bond spoke through them, echoing across the stars. Fear builds walls. Love breaks them. You feared us because you never understood. Now you will. The light spread, soft, endless, beautiful. Every alien mind that touched it saw memories. Dragons flying beside humans, laughter, peace, unity. They felt warmth for the first time, not fear. Their weapons fell silent. Ships drifted quietly in the glow. Inside his burning flagship, General Koran watched the light approach. His red eyes filled with something strange, not anger, but regret. "What have we done?" he whispered before the light engulfed him. When the explosion faded, the stars were calm again. The debris floated gently, silent and peaceful. The alien fleet was gone. Only soft blue dust glimmered across the void, dancing like fireflies. From the light, a single shape emerged, a small dragon, glowing faintly blue, flying slowly toward a nearby moon. On its back sat Lily, alive, her hair floating softly around her face. Zarthan's voice echoed faintly inside her mind. "We did it, Lily. The curse is broken." She smiled. "You're still here. Always," he said. "But I am fading. My time has come." Her smile faded. "No, you can't go. Do not cry. I am part of you now, part of every heart that still believes in light." A single tear fell from Lily's eye. It landed on Zarthan's scales and turned into a glowing crystal. The dragon looked up at the stars. "Promise me something, little one." "What?" she whispered. "Promise that you'll keep the bond alive, that you'll teach them love instead of fear." She nodded. "I promise." Zarthan's body began to dissolve into light, scattering into the stars. His final words echoed softly. "Then I am free." The blue light spread across the galaxy, awakening other dragons from their prisons, ending the long curse. On distant worlds, aliens looked to the sky and saw dragons flying again, peaceful, radiant, alive. Years later, stories spread across the stars of the girl who kissed the dragon, the child who taught even monsters to love. No one ever found her again, but sometimes, travelers claimed to see a blue dragon flying quietly through the night sky, carrying a small human girl on its back. And when they did, they swore they heard her voice whisper through the stars. "Even monsters understand love."